die like this, bro. Don't die like this. So people wonder where this comes from me. It comes from such deep thought of trying to see what this is all about. What is this life all about? What am I all about? Why am I here?
The fear is never reaching your potential.
That's it.
That always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
Yep.
It could have been great.
People think that discipline is when you want to do a thing or feel like you're going to do a thing, but doing the thing in spite of not wanting to do the thing is discipline. That is what discipline is.
Yeah.
If you want to do the thing, it doesn't take any discipline to do it. Did it take discipline to eat the cheesecake? No. It took discipline to not eat the cheesecake because you have to force yourself to do the thing that you do not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That is what discipline is. He's got the same thing around bravery. Just doing the thing in spite of not wanting to do the thing, in spite of being scared, is what bravery is. If you're not scared, there's no such thing as bravery.
There you go.
He's a fighter. He's the UFC champion, so he has the idea to know when he gets in there, he's going to be nervous, but he's going to be relaxed, and it's going to be a fight. What I'm doing is building his confidence, because confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. So I'm just trying to build his confidence up and let him know that he can do what I say he can do. It's all about the belief that he can do it. Belief is more powerful than anything, so I'm working on his belief system as well.
Strong mind goes together with strong body. I think there is a similarity with it, because you cannot reach to have a strong body if there is not the fuel behind it that gave you the push, the motivation to do so in order that you finally develop in that direction.
That is proof. So whenever you think you can't, confidence comes from the thing that you built. You must build belief. You must build confidence. It can't be like, hey, I'm gonna go knock that out. You gotta look over here and say, I can knock that out. It's belief, and it's built on what you put in to yourself.
So tell us what that means. What does that mean to lifestyle of a champ?
Discipline. It's all about discipline, doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That's what it's all about.
And the first step is saying that it's my fault. The second step is that you have to use what you have.
The fact that the fear of the thing is only present when the thing hasn't started.
The moment we believe that success is determined by an ingrained level of ability, we will be brittle in the face of adversity.
I just got real with myself, and every day I came home, I called the accountability mirror. What am I gonna do today to change what I see in this mirror?
You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt.
If we're to fulfill our potential, we have to start thinking differently. We have to realize that we're not chained to our current capabilities.
The heaviest things in life aren't iron and gold, but unmade decisions. The reason you are stressed is that you have decisions to make, and you're not making them.
So many times you have this misconception that winners are something special, that they're part, like I said, a part of a pedigree. And that's not the truth, man. Not at all.
I think that the more you flex whatever that muscle is of like independent thinking, the more it becomes the default way that you think. And then everyone else's actions just start looking more and more insane to you.
You don't know about real loss, because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much.
I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to try.
Get to the spot where your mind is saying stop. Wherever that is, you gotta get there first, and then that's when that starts to work for you. You gotta control yourself in that moment. We're waiting for some magical miracle to happen to get fixed. And that's not gonna happen.
And jump out of your comfort zone?
You have to do that. You have to face all these things because they're not all yours to own.
It's almost like a circular thing because if you want to be confident, you got to be humble. And then when you're humble, then you are more confident because you're okay with not knowing.
You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt.
That's
nailed.
It's interesting how much, if you don't study the history of our industry, we get locked in the identity of the role we've played in that space.
Correct.
Forever.
Correct.
And
the danger of success making you soft. And this must be something that you've battled with over the last few years.
Right.
More money, more attention, more fame, more free things if you wanted, more opportunities to go places and do stuff with.
And I will say this, knowing what you don't want to do is the best possible place to be if you don't know what to do. Because knowing what you don't want to do leads you to figure out what is it you really do want to do.
We can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell.
No, I've actually always found something to be very true, which is most people don't get those experiences because they never ask. I've never found anybody that didn't want to help me if I asked them for help.
If you don't own something, you're not the boss. You have to take full responsibility for everything that you do. Why be subservient? You must be the master of your own kingdom.
It's a scientific fact that gratitude reciprocates. In the words of the late Charlie Lawton, who said, when you got God, you got a friend, and that friend is you.
If you don't own something, you're not the boss. You have to take full responsibility for everything that you do. Why be subservient? You must be the master of your own kingdom.
The thing that'll give you success is always believing in yourself. If you believe in yourself to the fullest, you cannot fail. There's no plan B. There's only one plan, plan A. Okay? So believe in yourself to the fullest and you will not fail. You're gonna fall down a lot. There's a lot of obstacles that are gonna get in the way, but you gotta get up and you gotta stand the fuck tall and you gotta keep going forward.
Winning is for the obsessed. You must be obsessed if you want to win. You must be obsessed with the goal, the journey, the outcome, the experience, the rejections, the resilience, the grit. And throughout that journey, as you hit these micro wins, celebrate them and then lock back in.
But life, that's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you.
And you have to train. You have to keep your reflexes so that when you want it, it's there. When you want to move, you're moving. And when you move, you are determined to move. Not taking 1 inch, not anything less than that. If I want to punch, I'm gonna do it, man.
See, here's what I'm looking at. What are the uses for your life right now that you haven't even reached for yet? See, I believe that when you don't have enough encouragement to act on your dreams or ideas, or you're not enlightened enough, that life will act on you. Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life, that you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you. But after you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson.
Well, those experiences, I think, remind you that my job is to keep my eye on the ball and to stay focused on what can we get done every single day to advance the vision and the values that brought me here.
What are you willing to struggle for? Anything worthwhile is going to require some degree of pain and struggle. So, if you're oriented toward the pain and the struggle, you're probably going to be more aligned with what you're capable of accomplishing rather than if you just orient toward the pleasures.
Like the consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
Man, I've been trying to make this dream come true. You done left me out here like this. And I was crying so hard that he just said, I didn't hear a voice or nothing, but he spoke to me, and however he said, if you get up, I'm gonna take you places you ain't never been.
Self-esteem comes from doing incredibly difficult things where you know you pushed yourself. It's not virtue signaling
It's not telling people about it. It's what you know inside your soul is true. And the more you do things that are incredibly difficult, and especially things that are meaningful, meaning you're not just about yourself, the higher that esteem would be.
Today's time where like people are judging you for every single thing. And it's like, I feel like those are the things that's teachable, but what's not teachable is like being yourself. I feel like that's something that's more natural. That's something that's within the creator, and they're called creators for a reason. Just be yourself, just do anything that you feel like is right, and you'll be good.
I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity. The belief that you can accomplish it. Self-confidence.
The key to success is not simply effort or focus or resilience, but it is the growth mindset that creates them. The mindset itself is critical. Research shows that when we directly try to build grit or persistence, it is not nearly as effective as addressing the mindset that underlies them.
You know, Tony, don't worry about it. If you give your all every day, your gifts will make room for you. And it's like having a knowingness that things are going to be fine. And then there's the next level, which is you start to know who you are, and you're not trying to prove it to yourself or other people. And it's just, you just want to help.
Key to success, success. Success is a very random thing, to be honest. I'm gonna keep it really honest with you. Success is it's like a marble, and you just gotta get lucky, It's like a marble. You can work hard, the hardest you can, but sometimes you won't make it. But some people get lucky, and life's just not fair. Simple as that.
A good man is a very, very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control. And beauty isn't interested in the guy who isn't the beast. She's interested in the guy who's the beast. And that's exactly right, but she's interested in the guy who's the beast that can be civilized and disciplined.
I'm not a judge or jury, but I can tell you this. He won't sell anybody out to buy his future. And that, my friends, is called integrity. That's called courage. Now that's the stuff leaders should be made of.
You cannot give a about what people think about you, because there's gonna be people around you at first be like, what the is this guy on? I'm over here in school, I'm over here working a 9-to-5 job, you know what I mean? But this guy's over doing some crazy shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're gonna be a loser, you're not gonna do it, you're gonna keep fucking up. Like, dude, just stop, you're fucking crazy. Don't listen to him, the joke, do your shit.
Discipline eats motivation for breakfast. You can't fake bravery as an emotion, because you can fake being angry or you can fake being upset or whatever, but if you fake being brave when you're terrified, that is what bravery is. Doing the thing in spite of terror literally is bravery or courage.
Yeah, it'll be hard most of the time, but you get moments where you kind of get your head above water, or you reach a peak on the mountain and you look back and you see all that you have done, all that you have accomplished, all that you have overcome. And that's enough to keep going.
I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that itch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that itch. That's what living is.
I want to be the best, Bill. Fine. How badly do you want it? Because you've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder, you've got to commit more, you've got to take more responsibility, you've got to deal with more ups and downs.
Because you're not weak, you're just acting like it. And that's the biggest thing you need to adopt and start saying to yourself if you're gonna try and really stop caring what people think about you. Because saying you're not weak, you're just acting like it, leads with the set assumption that you are strong, you're just acting weak. And that's gonna help you solidify the mindset and help you really stop caring.
But I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. If I don't say it, if I don't believe it, no one else will. How do you build self-confidence? Get away from the people who will tear you down. There's enough of that. Muhammad Ali. I am the greatest. There is no one better than me.
Align your personality with your purpose, and nobody can touch you. And you wake up every day and you are fired up. It's like, oh my God, another day. It's so great. Because everybody has a purpose. So your whole thing is to figure out what that is. Your real job is to figure out why you're really here and then get about the business of doing that. That's it.
But usually it's just because I'm afraid of something. And then that's why I'm not making a decision. And I think once I name and put a face, and it's usually not even a thing that I'm afraid of, it's one person's judgment I'm afraid of. And then when I name the person, then it becomes real. Instead of being this amorphous, like people, society, judgment, it's like Tom. Like, do I really care what Tom thinks?
The real question is, who are you and what do you want to do with it? And how are you going to use who you are? My favorite line from Seed of the Soul is, when the personality comes to serve the energy of your soul, that is authentic empowerment.
Your tired body, that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You know, you better fight yourself, because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You got to figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You got to figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, you know, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today.
You never give up. Never give up. And stay consistent. If you just follow all 4 of what I just said, I swear to God, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna show everyone that I'm gonna evolve and form into something, an immortal being. I'm gonna be something that is different. I'm gonna be something that is going to shape the universe, that is going to literally show everyone that, hey, like, this kid really went from being a fat, smelly, lazy, pudgy fuck to really becoming someone really just on top of the fucking world.
Society tells you, growing up, you should fantasize about kicking a ball and dream about that, but it didn't really interest me. I tried to maybe pretend that I was interested in it, but really kicking a ball straight into a net is pretty cool. But what happens if someone runs up behind me and hits me 2 shots into the mouth? Then it ain't so cool. So that was in my head as a young kid.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Say what you can do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out.
It seems like, especially with confidence, right, or self-esteem, there's a relationship between confidence and competence.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking to do is try and have what you believe that you can do be ahead of what you can do. Now, you're not looking for it to be delusional. You don't want it to be able to believe that you can do something like fly, right? But you need to have a relationship between the two. But what people are asking for is for their confidence to be so far ahead of their competence or without having even been competent at anything in the beginning. And that's just delusion. That's fantasy.
To be a world champion, you have to, this is interesting. This is when I say the lifestyle of a champion. When you have to be champion before you become champion. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have to be the champion in this to be the champion in this. So, another one?
If you don't, it's real simple. If you don't work out, you don't get a muscle, right? So I always tell people there's a daily practice, like priming. If you don't do that, if you get up and you just have no discipline whatsoever, you get no value in anything. Your diets don't work when you don't do them. Exercise doesn't work when you don't do them. But most of the people have some experiences that they want to shift. And once you shift those things, your whole life changes. But life is constant growth.
I have all these epiphanies, man. I have all these moments of it's crazy, man, of just thought. Cause I'm always by myself. I'm always in deep thought about how to be better. I look out there, I'm like, man, I wonder how many of you in there are so upset with how you lived your life. And just regret how you lived it. And I'm running a 300-pound man thinking, man, don't die like this, bro.
He said, Nietzsche said, I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
Nailed that one also.
2 for 2.
Only thing we can do is just have that focus and belief in ourselves and believe that I want to be up, then anybody in the world wants me to be down. And it's all about, well, like I said before, self-belief. My whole success is from belief. Check it out, something I can feel but not actually see.
Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've made in your life. Gosh.
There was more emotion that was involved in it than there was mind. Every single one of them. Think about it. Really was. Your feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you, get up.
So if you feel behind, don't just blame someone else. Ask yourself, am I truly trapped or just comfortably stuck? Because comfort is more dangerous than failure. Failure wakes you up. Comfort puts you to sleep. You don't get ahead by waiting for perfect conditions. You get ahead by breaking free from the sedation of comfort, by choosing growth even when it feels awkward, risky, or hard.
If I was mentoring you myself, wow, you have to first have the aptitude to do what you claim you want to do. And if you have that, and the determination and the will to win, there's nothing that you can't do. You know, impossible is nothing compared to anybody that tries. Nothing's impossible then. You know, that's the total belief in yourself. Confidence breeds success, success breeds confidence, and confidence applied properly will supersede a genius.
If you're feeling stuck in the middle, if your start has been messy, remember, people won't remember every stumble. They'll remember how you finished. And most importantly, you haven't finished yet. Don't quit in the middle of your story. Keep going until the ending makes your struggle worth it. Because the science is clear. It's not the start that defines the story. It's how you choose to end it according to Kahneman's peak rule.
I have to work. I have to work. I have to do something with my own two hands. So I have a philosophy these days that you got to put in the work with our own two hands, because this is the stuff that you can control. We control the controllables, as we say. The other part is the competitive nature that is in my DNA and it's in my blood, just like it runs in all of our constitution and our makeup here in this room, and yours included, where I love the competition, I love to win, and I also love to learn. I don't say lose, I say I love to learn. So I would say it's a combination of that.
Failure is part of life. I mean, the difference for me, though, is I look at failure as a stepping stone to success. It's a speed bump. I know I'm gonna fail, but it's not failure if you learn something. And so, gosh, I've made so many mistakes, I've screwed so many things up, but every time I do, it becomes a way for me to explain to someone else what it takes. You know, it's like, here's what I've done. I think I have the ability to influence people because I talk about my failures. I talk about all the things that messed me up, but I show people that I didn't let it stop me, and you don't let it stop you. And I think that's really the secret in that area.
You knew from the beginning the world was going to know who Mike Tyson was.
100%, yeah.
At what age did you know that?
14.
Why is that?
Because I was beating everybody at 14.
So you knew at 14, I have a skill set that very few people have.
More than that skill, I had a mindset, you know, more than my skills, I had the mindset.
What's the mindset, if you were to unpack it?
No, to kill, destroy, break them down. It's just, I'm the greatest.
Cut out the just get to the weeds of that you are yourself up by not examining your brain. You're not examining your brain. Mess is it. That's done. You examine your brain, and that takes some hard work and suffering. If you're not willing to do that, I'm sorry.
And it seems like there's no way to do that as a bystander.
No, you can't watch it, man.
Yeah.
You gotta get out there and be like, oh, this hurts. This hurts real bad. I don't think this is smart. And then, guess what happens? The body will adjust. It will adjust.
The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards. What does that mean? That sounds so boring and dumb. It means that all of us in life have things we want. We don't get what we want, we get what we have to have. Remember I said earlier, we all get what we tolerate in ourselves and other people. But when you're no longer willing to tolerate something, that's when your life changes. The difference in people is their standards, period.
Life is unfair. You don't need fair, you need focus. Life can be unfair. You don't need guarantees, you need grit. Life can be unfair. You don't need perfect conditions. You need persistence. Life can be unfair. You don't need equal chances. You can make good choices. Life can be unfair. You don't need luck. You need leverage. Life can be unfair. You don't need comfort. You need consistency.
I don't care what you're going to do, but go out there and make something of yourself for God's sake. Be an honest person and work and get to the top of whatever it is that you want to get to the top of. You know, and stand up for yourself like a respectable human being and be a bit of a light on the world instead of a blight. You know, and you can tell young people that, and they haven't been told that by anyone now. And so the young men are so hungry for that it's painful to watch. They're so relieved when someone finally comes up and says, hey, you know, you get your act together a bit, discipline yourself, see if you can learn to tell the truth, concentrate on something for a year or two, you could be a bloody world beater. They think, really? That's possible? Wow, that would be interesting. That might make life worth living. It's like, yeah, it might. So
those guys are really, and you guys will find this in business too, as you know. The ones who are confident, quiet in the room, it's like in a board meeting, the quiet ones will sit and they're really the powerful ones in the meeting who make all the decisions. The quiet ones, the ones who are behind the scenes trying to hold you down, those are the ones who are chicken shit anyway, who will never come to you, you'll never see them. And I realized instead of me trying to find them or try to figure out, well, who made that call and why did this happen? I thought, okay, I'll always remember the people who were good to me. And then I realized the person I compete with most is just me. It's you versus you.
It's decide, commit, and resolve. Some of you, in the past, you've gotten momentum, you've gotten passionate, you've even made a decision, but a decision is the first step. Decision is like a war. I gotta do this or that. All right, I'm gonna make myself do this. But commitment is when you now, after you've decided, you commit to do this for the long term. Whether it's hard or easy, doesn't matter. You're doing this. It takes it from this moment and it carries it into the future even when things are difficult.
When you become successful, everybody wants you to be successful till you're successful.
Right.
Then once you're successful, everybody wants to tear you down. They want to tear down a performance. They want to tear down what you said. They want to criticize you here. They want to find a bad thing to say about you. So you got to just keep walking. And your self-worth has to be strong enough that when everybody's trying to attack you, because they want to be you, and the only way they can be you is they rip you. And you have to be strong enough to take those attacks. You just got to be strong enough. And when you're strong enough and you get who you are, man, what a life. Then what? Now you're living.
Outstanding, magnificent, unstoppable, extraordinary, not excellent. It's a different level. It's a level where you are not one of the best, you are the best. And you know what's amazing? You only have to be 2 millionaires more than everybody else and you get everything. You get the joy, the laughter, the fun, the family, the passion, the economics, the freedom, the spirit. It's all there. What Jerry Maguire called the quad, baby. All of it. And it's just 2 million views above, and most excellent people give up because they're exhausted. And there's some people who go, the harder I hit it, the more I hit it, sooner or later it's going down. I'm not stopping. And when you do that enough, it pops open.
So once again, things can only happen if you plant them before in the mind. If you never plant them in the mind, if you don't even set this goal, that goal cannot even come. Even if it would come, you would not recognize it. So if it is important for you that you achieve something in this lifetime, I think this achievement needs to have the start in the mind. You need to see that achievement in the mind already, the direction of it at least.
Aim high and take on a large burden of responsibility. It matures you and it improves the meaning of your life. It deepens the quality of the meaning of your life, but it also improves things around you, because it turns out that if you take responsibility and you aim to improve your own life and the life of others, and you work diligently at that, that not only does that improve your life in terms of positive emotion and control of anxiety and direction, and all of those things that are absolutely vital, but that you actually do make things better around you. And so that's a justification for your existence. And you need that when times are hard and you're doubtful about the utility of your own existence.